and they're pretty dope. If you've never had a pedicure, I highly recommend you do it. Obviously, that comes from a place of privilege. They're not cheap. Um, they're not cheap. How you doing, Round? I highly, highly recommend getting a pedicure. They're interesting. You get a nice little foot soak. You get oiled up on your feet. Of course, they take care of your toenails. Some give some sort of gentle massage, some heating, or some rubbing, hot rocks, like soft wax that they wash off, oils, salt scrubs, sugar scrubs, stuff like that. Like they take good care of you. It's kind of like a little, almost like a haircut for your feet at a nice salon. One that like washes your hair, one that does a nice little scalp massage while they're putting in some of the shampoo there. And I got one. I got one the other day. My wife wanted to get one, and if she, taking an opportunity to pamper myself, I'm not afraid. I'll happily do it. I am not the person they expect to walk into the door. My wife, she's 5'4", tiny little thing. They're like, yeah, come on. Like they don't even question it. Like it's like just a women assembly line. Just like get in here, fucking get in the chair. And like every time I walk into one of these establishments, there is like a slight pause. Like everybody who's like working, there's this dramatic fucking head turn every single fucking time. And the people in the chair, they got their magazine out. They look hair flip and all. Just fucking. Like the people the people tweeting and twatting, they stop to look. Some woman takes off her fucking sunglasses because I don't know, she's still wearing them inside while somebody is servicing her body, which to me is like the height of fucking douche canoeing. Like, hey, I don't give a fuck. That ain't my business. That's shit. Take off your fucking sunglasses if you're dealing with somebody. I don't care how hungover you are. Anyway. Fucking big old fucking... And so there's a moment of silence that kind of goes throughout the entire fucking establishment. And if you've never seen somebody or a group of people mentally draw straws, I see it every time. There's a moment where I walk in, they all turn and look at me. Then they all kind of look at each other. The people who are working immediately get back to work and act like they don't see me. Everybody standing immediately looks for something to do. And like it's like musical chairs of who has to deal with this fucking giant who just walked into our establishment. And so they all like there's just like the scattering, and it's typically somebody a little slower, didn't get the memo. Maybe they're coming out of the break room looking at their phone. And like there is a part of them that just kind of like, we lock eyes. I know what's about to happen. They know what's about to happen. And like a part of them dies. A little bit. Like a little part just fucking like gone. As like they look at me and they're like, you know what, you fucking asshole. Now I gotta deal with you for the next goddamn 45 minutes. And so they fucking wave me over and they take the goddamn... They always have a controller to the chair. And they fucking look at it and they're pressing the go back button because they know this thing's got to go, 8 years fucking back to fit me, my size 15 feet, 13 feet, 14 feet, something like that. They turn on the tub. They're pissed. And like they just like I don't get like the nice fucking this. I get this. Whatever this means. And it's universal. Whatever the next step is, because they aren't gonna tell me. They just fucking. So, I do the job. I do everything and I sit there. I take my shoes off, sit down, put my feet in the tub. They go over. There's always like a couple of them that kind of talk about it. And then eventually the professionalism returns because they're running a business. They understand. I think this is their way of having a little bit of fun. Maybe this is like the equivalent of like, you ever work at a grocery store and like you could go back into like the cooler and cry? I feel like that little like group chat, that little hangout session before they come have to work on my feet is like the equivalent of like the crying cooler. And so they get to work, and they always do. They fucking lug over like this fucking toolbox full of everything from what looks to be. My feet aren't fucked up. No, they're not actually. My feet are kind of nice. Yeah, like they fucking have this toolbox full of shit, and she comes over with her cart and her toolbox. And she just like plops her face down, and like just slaps the little like. They're not like stirrups like I'm giving birth, but that's how I feel like it, because I gotta put my feet. I gotta lean back and kind of like put my feet up like that. And so I kind of feel a little bit like I'm giving birth here. And she's just eyeballing my feet. And I don't have that big of feet. They're not small, but she's just fucking looking at it. And she gets to work. She's scraping, doing a little rubbing, clipping, moving shit around. I don't know what the fuck they do. I can't do that ass. If I could do it, I would fucking, I'm wondering if I wash my ass well enough for this, if I'm being rude. And at some point, there is something that's never happened before. Now, at least I don't think that I have the most callous feet, right? I work in an office. I don't walk that much, but I get some pretty heavy calluses. I don't really know why. And I'm used to them like having this very, very like rock, like pumice. It's almost like this pumice rectangle, and they just fucking grind the shit out of my foot. And so I'm expecting that. Yeah, I expect that. This, I shit you not, she pulled out a fucking cheese grater. An actual food grade full metal cheese grater, and just started fucking chiseling my goddamn foot away. And she was just, I could hear it. I could physically hear the sound of her fucking chiseling my body away, my skin, my physical being removed from my body. And at some point, she like flips it to like empty it, because there's so fucking much. As she flips it, there is a mountain of what appears to, it looked like Parmesan. It looked like I had a bunch of fucking Parmesan that she was about to put on her fucking SpaghettiOs. And she just dumps it into the goddamn bucket, and she just goes back, and I swear she like, I lost like 3 pounds of just this fucking Parmesan cheese looking shit. She found my Jesus. Yeah. And I've never had that before. I've never been attacked with a cheese grater. So I wasn't expecting that one. That was something special. I didn't bleed. I honestly thought I was going to bleed. My feet feel okay. I mean, a little, like, I feel like I lost a few pounds. Yeah, I didn't know I had entered the fucking Iron Chef competition of a pedicure, and I had to get